So you can always chat. There is a chat window and you can chat. I may not look into that continuously, but Chandan, please help me with that. If there is anything I need to know, we can always do that. Okay. So let's start without any further ado. First of all, thanks for joining. I know it's late evening and the Saturday also. Nowadays, it doesn't matter whether it's Saturday or Sunday, but it is still Saturday. And nowadays, I'm forgetting which day of the week is also, right? So because of whatever reason, right? So anyways, these are the topics what I'm thinking in mind, and we are restricting to these topics. That's another thing. There are a lot more other topics in Excel. Excel is a sea, ocean, but we are kind of restricting to these topics at this moment. Okay. All right. So we can ask anything within this topic definitely, but outside this, if you have to answer, probably we can take it offline. Okay. Not that's one of the ground rule. That's it. Okay. All right. So let's. Okay. So the first one, right? Make your own list once and use it across Excel forever. That is the first topic. As I cover this, probably I will also try and see if I can color it differently or something like that. Okay. So let me move here and there. That's another reason. Okay. Let me start with this. So make a list, right? List. So let's see what is that list. Okay. So let us say I'm handling a team, maybe team lead or team manager or something like that, and I would like to have the list of that team members, and always I don't want to copy the team member's name again and again. This is a small example. You can use it to anything else. Okay. You may have products in your company. You may have some regions to deal with. You may have some items, right? And so on and so forth. So a lot of things can be handled with this concept called the list. For example, I'm just bringing up someone's name. For example, I had a person named Srinivasan in my team. Okay, Srinivasan in my team. Similarly, I had other persons in my team. So I could bring them up who are my team members. Okay. So I brought this. Probably you can also do this. Okay. So I have just given 5 team members' name. It's not necessary that I always start with Mr. Srinivasan. I can always start with Mr. Manoj, and I can just pull further my team members again. Okay. But Srinivasan is at the top bottom right now. How I am able to do this? Okay. I'll show you how I have done this. So similarly, probably you have already used this. One small information, I am using 2016, Excel 2016. Okay, it doesn't matter much, but for this functionality, for example, January, people tend to enter January, February, March, so on and so forth. It's not required. It's not at all required. You have to do this. Okay, you just have to do this. Okay, so it will automatically bring you the list of the months. For example, there are 12 months, right? It is already there. So is it restricted only to this? It's not, in fact. Okay, you can always do this also. You can do January, February, March, April, May, June, all those things. Okay, you can do this also. If I have to bring up my weekdays, right? Let me start from Sunday, for example. Okay, Sunday. Whether I can simply drag this? Yes, you can do that. Okay, you can do that. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and all those things you can do that. So how Excel is doing this? How Excel is doing this? Not only this, probably this will also should work. Okay, this should also work. Like when you bring this, it should work, right? In your system also, it may work as depending on your version and depending on your list what you're using. Version shouldn't matter. Only thing which may not work is this in your system. I will show you how to make a list. It's like you are making a wish, like that you can make a list also, right? All right, let's see where we can do that, where we can do all these things. I mean, this is already available. Most of you can do this. Okay, you do not enter Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday at all from now onwards. If you are doing that, if you're not doing that, please continue to do that. But please learn this. If you have not learned this, that should be your takeaway in this particular thing. So what I have to do is I have to use file option. Okay, file, you can all note down this, or you can use this option. Okay, under file there is option. Okay, there is an options itself. Under file there is options, right? And if you come here, you have a lot of things on the left hand side, right? You have general, you have formulas, proofing, save, language, advanced, and all. So what I'm interested is in advanced. Okay, under file, options, advanced. And advanced, this is there in I have checked in 2010 also, it's still available. I think 7 also it's available, because 7 not many people are using it, so I'm thinking most of you are using 10 and above. Okay, so then if you scroll down further under advanced, there is an option called general. Okay, Chandan, if you can mute the person who is talking, it would be nice. Okay, so under
You
this,
will have to do from your side. You have
oh,
the admin control.
oh, is it? Okay, let me do that. Just give me 1 second. I think somebody is unmuted themselves. So, okay, thanks for waiting. All right, so there is an option under file, options, and advanced. There is an option called edit custom lists. Okay, edit custom list. Under general, you can notice this, and edit custom list. So this is how I created my team members. This is how I created. If you can notice here, so I have added this person's name here. Okay, this one, Girish, Ramlu, Srinivasulu, Manoj, and Bhaskar. So if I want to add anyone's name, let us say I'm just seeing here, probably Chandan. If I want to add, I can always add Chandra's name. If I want to add Anand, I'm just picking some name from these participants. Okay, I can add this always. Okay, so my list has become different now, right? My list has become different. If you want to come up with the new, now what I have done is I have added 2 more names, right? I think I didn't click it. Yeah, Chandan, I think Anand and Amit. If you can notice, these 3 persons are there, right? Now these 3 persons are also added to my list. Okay, these 3 persons are also Mr. Hipley. I think if you can be on mute. Okay, so under files, options, and advanced, there is an option called general, and under general you can have the edit custom list. So this is where you can add. So if you want to come up with the new list, right, new list, you can always come up with the new list also. Okay, so for example, some item list. Okay, some item list, you can come up with an item list. Let us say we are all probably working in using the laptop, right? So let's say laptop, I have one item called laptop, another item called desktop. Okay, some other item called mouse. Okay, mouse, and some other item called keyboard. Okay, these are all related to our computers accessories, right? Computer items. And some other item called printer, right, or joystick, something like this, right? So these are all computer related items, right? And monitor, right? So I have prepared a list of the items. So once you click this, you have to click this new list. Okay, click this new list, and you have to add the items. Of course, if you have the list already, you can import from those cells also. Okay, you have an option to import also. You need not type this. So right now I have just typed. Okay, just to demonstrate you, I have typed here. So so first step is come up with the new list, whatever is the list of items, and then you have to simply click add. Okay, if you click add button, it gets added to the list. It gets added to the list. As you can see on the left hand side, it got added. Now it is there as a saved list. Okay, it is there as a saved list. And if you want to, anytime if you want to edit or remove or no, add an item, you can always come here and add an item. Okay, For example, you can tell camera I want to add right now. Okay, so you can always add it to the list, then it will get added. You have to press OK here. As soon as you press OK here, then it is added to the custom list. Okay, it is added to the custom list. Now I can bring up that what I have entered is laptop. Let me not go to laptop. Let me just enter printer. I have added printer somewhere, right? It doesn't matter. So you can take from any point of time. Okay, I mean any item you can refer. For example, if I want to start from mouse, right? I can start from mouse and I can drag this. Now my custom list is ready. Okay, so like this you can prepare your list once and use it forever. Okay, when I say use it forever, it's not limited to that Excel. Okay, it's not only limited to that Excel. I can open another Excel, right? I can open another Excel and I can always bring that list, custom list here. Okay, so I got that list here also. Now I am in a different Excel book file called this one. Okay, so this is what the power of that this thing. You can make your own list once. So one time you have to make that list and you are done it forever. Okay, all right. I'm not taking any questions, but Chandan, if there is anything of no very important, I will still take it up. Okay, so next part is related to that only, so that's why I will start with this. Okay, now let us learn the sorting part. Okay, sorting part. We all know we can sort. I think we all would have used the sorting at some point or other point. We would have already used sorting. Okay, for example, I want to sort by name, right? So let me remove this filter. It's not required, right? So if I want to sort by the name of a person, this is the name, right? So I can just click that column and I can go with the A to Z, right? A to Z. So Amir is the first person and Samir is the last person, right? So similarly, if I want reverse way, Z to A, I think we all know this, right? Samir is the S, so it comes at the top. Similarly, by location, if you want to sort it out, so Los Angeles is the first, then the Seattle is the next, and all this thing. And we should also be knowing something called custom sort. What it does is it will sort first by the name, or let us say date of joining, or day of joining, sorry. First by day of joining, then you can add a level here, probably by location. Okay, by location I want to sort. So this is called custom sort. Probably I am assuming most of you are aware of this. Okay, so what it's doing is currently, right? So alphabetically if you see, the Friday comes first, right? F comes first, right? After F, Monday comes, right? And after Monday, Tuesday. That is okay. Then the Wednesday, like this. But if you think of weekdays, just I have shown the list of weekdays, right? So if you think of weekday, it is not like this. It is like this, right? So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, something like this, right? So uh, I want to do like this. Okay, Friday, then Saturday and Sunday. Okay, I have two lists, that's why it's showing up like that. Otherwise, it should come properly. Okay, so I want to sort the data by this way, not by like A to Z or Z to A. Similarly, if you can think of months, right? The months are also like this, right? January, February, like this. But if if I ask Excel to sort, it will sort differently, right? By this one. Of course, this is not having the header. So if I give header as a month here, Excel, sorry, uh, there's a spelling mistake. So if I ask Excel to sort, April will definitely come first, then it will come August and all those things. So I don't want this way. I want January to come first. Okay, I want January to come first, then the February, then the March, like this. Okay, is there a way I can do that in Excel? Definitely you can do that. Okay, so that's what we are going to see now. And is there a way I can sort this way, January instead of there Friday, Monday, and all those things? That's how I have sorted right now. All right, it is A to Z, sorted A to Z. Wednesday is a W, right? So let us add some missing things also here, just for our no, so that we can understand. I'm just changing some two data as in cells here. So Thursday, and what else? Saturday is not there. Let me add some Saturday here. So as Sunday is not there, let me add some Sunday. Just I'm changing the data set so that we can all understand and appreciate these things, right? So this is 14. I'll make it 14 again. Okay. All right. So hopefully you understood what I'm trying to do, right? Or what is my objective here. I want to sort this by the way the weekdays appear. Today is Saturday, right? So that's how I want to sort. Okay, let's see how we can do this. Let me remove that custom sort. So how we can remove that custom sort? You can always click this and you can say delete the level. Okay, delete the level, and this also let me delete so that there is no this one ambiguity. So I'm adding a level where I want to sort. I want to sort this column. Which column? The B column. The B column header is day of joining, right? Day of joining and values. And instead of saying A to Z and Z to A, there is an option called custom list. Okay, so custom list. If you have noticed, this is what I have shown you sometimes back, right? Laptop, this thing, that thing, and all, right? So this is what my requirement currently. Sort by week is so Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Sunday is the first day of the week, right? That's why Sunday comes. So you can rearrange that. It doesn't matter at all. Okay, you have to select this. Okay, you have to select this and click OK. Let us see whether it does that. That way, right? So the first it has started with Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and
zoom option irda.
1 second, just hold on, please.
Click touch பண்ணி வருதா?
So this is the sorting. We may lose some time. We may not be able to complete the topic. Keep on unmuting. Sorry. All right. So what I have done is I have sorted by the day of joining, and let us do month of joining similar way. Okay. Month of joining is this column. Month of joining is this column. Let's not concentrate on this now. Only concentrate on this column, a month of joining. Okay. Let me do just Z to A, just to jumble the data. I am just doing Z to A. Okay. Z to A. Let us do the custom sort again, right? I will click the custom sort, and month of joining automatically it's selected because I sorted. That's why it is selected automatically. Let me select custom list. So my month names are 3 digit, 3 characters, right? So it starts with January. So exactly this is how it will sort now. January, February, March, April, May, like that. Okay. So let us click this. Okay, if you can see this is what I wanted also. January, February, March, April. So it has sorted January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August. September month is not there. So October, November, December. Okay, so this is how you can make use of something called custom sort. First thing is custom sort, and second thing is custom list. Within that you can use the custom list. Custom list we already saw, which is available under file, advanced, file options, advanced, and custom, create custom list. Okay, that's the same thing which we are making use of here also. Of course, you can always give a custom list here itself. Here on the fly you can come up with your custom list. Okay, on the fly also you can come up with a custom list. For example, you have these names, right? Los Angeles, Seattle, Portland, and all. You can type here like this, Los Angeles. You can type that, and you need not go to that file options, general, and all. This is possible. I will leave it you to practice that. Okay, you can practice it soon after this session or during this session if you are able to concentrate. Okay, because I have a limited time to cover a lot of things. All right. Hopefully you followed this. Please do make use of this topic, whatever you learned. Okay, topics. Okay, all right. So let us see the autofill and flash fill. I think some of you are already using it. Most of you are already using it. Let me just take a few minutes to explain this. This is also pretty simple and straightforward. We'll have to make use of this. Okay, we'll have to make use of this. So let me just do something here. Let me just change the color of this to something else and change this color also to something else, just to demonstrate, right, for demonstration purpose. All right, let me change this, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to enter this 2, right? I'm going to enter this is what a lot of people do. All right, so I have this, right? I have this. So now what happened is that format, right? The format, whatever I have done, it has added like every alternative row it has added. That was not my intention. I didn't want to do that. So if you can see here, there is a plus sign. There's a plus here, sign here. So I have an option here to fill without formatting. Okay, fill without formatting. If you say that, it will remove that thing. Okay, fill without formatting. That's the one option. Then I have the fill formatting only is there. Okay, so fill formatting only means it will not copy this one, the 3 4 the numbers. It's not no filling, it's only filling the formatting. Fill series means whatever series I was intended to do, it will fill. So like this it is filling. There's also flash fill, which we'll see in some time. So is this limited only to this type? No. Okay, is this only limited to this type? People always use only for this type of thing. It is not limited only to this. If you give a pattern here, let us say my intention is to go like this. Okay, 5 10 and all those things. So I can always do this, and I can fill the series. Okay, I can fill the series which is already done, right? So fill without formatting. I can always do 5 10 increment. So as long as you are able to give the increment properly, it can always do. For example, my objective is to get odd numbers, right? Odd numbers. Then I can just drag this. Okay, drag this. So this automatically fills, right? Automatically fills, and you can make use of that. Okay. Similarly, you can bring up the even numbers also. If you want even numbers, you can bring the even numbers. You have to give me a minute again. All right. So this is about numbers, right? This is about numbers. So what about date? I have today's date is 4/11. Right? Today's date is 4/11, and if I drag it, it is coming up with the series of dates. Okay. So what if I don't want the date? Okay. What if I don't want the date? So if you come here, there is an option again. This feature is called autofill. Okay, this feature is called autofill. I think again it's available from 2013 for sure. So here there is a lot of options available. Okay, so you can fill days. That's what happened right now. Okay, you can fill the days, and you can fill the weekdays. Okay, weekdays. You can fill the months. You can fill the years. So there are a lot of options when you are dealing with the dates. Okay, so you can fill weekdays. Okay, this may be helpful for a lot of us, right? So you don't want to fill the week ends. Okay, weekends. Let me remove this format option so that it's not too bright thing. Okay, so what is meant by that week day only, right? So now 1 second, 16 17 18. Okay, all right, let me do that again. We remove all this. I can always clear the format. All right, so this one, so fill days, this is what fill days is about. Okay, let me come to weekdays again. Okay, And if you want to fill only the months, right, you can always fill the months alone. So in this case, what happened is I have started with the 414. I started the 414. What it did is 514, 650, 614, and also on and so forth. So it kept on incrementing the months. It kept on incrementing the months. So also you have the option to fill years also. So you can see the years are filled now. Okay, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, like that. I am still holding the button. I'm still holding this. I'm keeping it on. So if you go back again, you can always fill this days. Let us see again. Fill the weekdays, right? So if you can see here, after 17, right, after 17 there is a gap between that one. So 18 and 19 is gone, right? Why? Because 18 and 19 are the weekends, right? Similarly, if you can come here till 24th, there are, that is filled. After 24th, you can notice 25th and 26th are weekend, right? 25th and 26th are weekend, so that is missing. So this is what fill weekdays. So there are a lot of options here. This option is called as autofill. Autofill. Okay. Let's understand what is flash fill. Let's understand what is flash fill. Okay. So here, this is more of you can think of as an kind of artificial intelligence also from the Microsoft, right? They are very much advanced in artificial intelligence, so they have used some part of that here also. For example, I know that these people have a common email ID, first name, comma, last name, something like that. Okay, first name and this is last name. Okay, first name and last name. These people have the common email ID. Let's just for our practical purpose, let's just assume that it is first name, comma, last name at gmail.com. Okay, first name is what? The Alan, right? Alan, and dot, and this person, Yolanda. Its name is a bit harder, so Yolanda at gmail.com. Just for simplicity, let's just keep it Gmail. I'm not promoting Gmail at all. Okay, so it has now I don't want to type all these emails again. Okay, I don't want to type all these emails again. So to the Excel, you have to give one or two patterns. Then it will understand automatically others emails also. Others email pattern, as in it has to be consistent pattern. You cannot do Yolanda, Ellen for one and Baker, Nancy for the other. Okay, it has to be consistent pattern. The option is available here also, which is known as flash fill. Okay, flash fill. So as soon as I click flash fill, it understood I am trying to come up with the first name, comma, last name, dot last name at gmail.com. Okay, so that's how it understands. Okay, so now let us do little differently. Okay, let's do little differently. Now my uh, email ID is not first name and last name.com. Okay, my email is first name dot first name first letter dot last name full. Okay, last name full. This is how my email is. Okay, again I'm just giving Gmail. Okay, is it the spelling correct? You I have kept purposely small letters or not capital. You at this one. Okay, so let us see whether this also does. Let's see. Okay, the flash fill. Okay, it has to be in the next column. Sorry about that. Because it is not having any patterns here. So let me just move this away. Okay. Because pattern it identifies from the left. Okay, so I have to fill this using flash fill. Okay, as you can see, there are two changes happened now from this. Okay, there are two changes. So first thing is I gave first name first letter A, B, C, D, E, E. Okay, so the same thing it has selected. It need not, it's not necessary that it has to be in alphabetical order. So and the second name it picked, and it also identified that I was trying to type it in a small case, right? A is small case, so as Y is also small case. Okay, so it has identified that, and same way it has done. Okay, same way it has done, right? So now let me do a little one more thing. Let me this is let me clear the format here. Okay. Let me just type ln like this. Okay, ln like this. What I'm trying to do, I'm trying to write all uppercase for ln. Okay, all uppercase for ln, and let me also bring probably this guy y. Okay, just the last name first letter as a capital letter. Okay, so let us see whether this identifies this pattern. Okay, let us see whether this identifies. I'm just saying flash fill. Okay, as you can see, it did identify. Okay, so it did identify Baker N, Brunel K, but with all the capital letters, right? Because that's what I said. Okay, Alan, this one and this one. So let me just do last part and let me complete this topic. Let me just do first letter and last letter. Okay, as you can see, it has identified automatically without I am filling the flash fill. It has identified. So this is a very powerful tool. As I said, mostly Microsoft is used some artificial intelligence to come up with. Only thing is you have to give some pattern and you have to do this. Okay, only the pattern is fixed and pattern is consistent. You can always do that. So in some places, I have also seen like state name abbreviation also you can do. Okay, especially US state name, right? Abbreviations also it identifies as a flash fill. That is also possible. So like that, there are a lot of features available with this flash fill. Okay, so kindly make use of this as well, which is very kind of useful feature for you. Okay, for everyone rather, not only for you, for everyone, right? Let us go to these topics I have covered. That's why I'm marking it. Okay, so let us move to the next topic, which is remove or filter the duplicates in two ways, right? So this is a common problem most of the cases, right? You may have duplicate data whenever you are dealing with most probably large set of data. You may always come up with duplicate data, right? So for example, I'm just taking this as an example. This is not exactly duplicate data, but in one of the columns I have duplicate data. That is this. I'm just considering this as an example. Okay, column. So what we'll have to do is there is an option available. There is an option available under advanced filter. Okay, advanced filter. You can get the unique records only. This is the one way, and there is another way where you can remove the duplicates. Okay, so these are the two ways you can remove the duplicates. For example, I want to know the this one the unique regions in this column. I want to know the unique regions out of this column. Okay, what I will do is I will take this data. I will take this data, and generally I prefer to go to another sheet, blank sheet. Okay, and I will go here and I will say remove duplicates. Remove duplicates. Right. As soon as I say remove duplicates, so I have only three unique regions. So these three unique region I can make use of that. Let us come up with another Excel, like another probably data set, right? Another data set, that is this one, right? So this one item, I want to see what are the unique items in this item list. Okay, so same thing, you can always copy that and paste here, and you can go to data and say remove duplicates. Okay, what it does is it will give me the unique set of items. Okay, unique set of items. As you can see, this is the delete part. Okay, it deletes all the items which are duplicates. Okay, deletes all the duplicate. It keeps the unique records only. Unique records only. Okay, this is the one way. But I want to know in this list. I don't want to delete but I want to know only, I want to only filter the items. Okay, I want to filter the items, the unique items. Then the option is you have to go to advanced filter. You have to go to advanced filter and you have to click here the unique records only. You can see the unique records only. I am applying the filter now. So if you do this, you can see the same thing. The difference is in case of unique records, it is still keeping the records, but it's filtering. Okay, you can't see filter here, but you can see very well here the hidden records or hidden data, right? The hidden data is always there. Okay, you can always unhide, but if your objective is to just filter the unique records, you can go to advanced tab here and you can do the unique records only. Okay, so these are the two ways. One is using the filter option, other one is using the remove duplicate option. Okay, remove duplicate option. In fact, if you go to remove duplicate option, there is also column wise you can remove the duplicates. Okay, so you can selectively, you can pick the columns. Your data, maybe 4 of the columns are duplicate, not everything is duplicate. In this case, maybe I can just pick the region and I can still get the unique regions also. Okay, that is still possible here. You can pick and choose the number of columns you need. Okay, if your data is not having header, you can uncheck this. If your data validation, so data validation with the list, right? So this is a beautiful feature from Excel. Again, very beautiful feature, right? So let me go to probably not the list. Okay, let me go back to that sheet what I have shown you just now. Okay, let me think I am entering the data. Okay, let me say my job is to enter the data, right? That's when the data validation comes into picture, right? Data validation comes into picture. I'm just taking the list for now. There are a lot of data validation. If you take, I think probably it will take about 2 hours to explain all the data validation. Okay, data validation is a concept in Excel which is available under data. Okay, data and data validation. Okay, so you can validate all types of data like text data, number data, date data, any type of data. We can apply a validation rule so that the valid data is only entered. Valid data is entered. We are going to see only one type of validation, which is called list. Okay, that's what we are going to see. So I have in the previous example I have shown you already. I can come up with a unique list of regions and unique list of items, right? Unique list of regions and items. So if I leave user to enter, right, user may enter some other region which is not my business related, like north is not there, correct? Or user may make some mistake, for instead of central they may enter center, right? This is a mistake, right? There is no region called center, right? There is only central. Region is central. So there are a lot of opportunity for user to make mistake. Instead of a region name, they may enter the person name here, then the data is wrong. So the purpose of data validation is to make sure that data sanity is maintained, or some proper checks are there to have a proper data entry. Okay, to make the data entry easy also. That's other purpose, definitely. Okay, let us see how to apply this data entry. You can always click a column and do that. So let me do that. Let me bring this up. Actually, hopefully it's pretty much visible. I didn't check. Let me make a bit bigger if you want, and let me also bring this. Sometimes Zoom may not display all the cells properly, so let me just bring this to the right. Hopefully I didn't check, sorry, but if it's not visible, it should be visible by now. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply data validation rule, so that user has to pick only these three. User can only pick these three. Outside this, user will not be able to pick the region. Okay, so this is basically the region validation. Okay, the region validation, and this is the item validation. Okay, So for the region validation, what I'll do is I'll go to data and I will enter the data validation and click data validation. What I have to do, I have to pick a list. Okay. By now you have figured out mostly. I am a fan of list, right? So where is my source, right? The source is here. This is what my source. Okay. What is source? Where you are keeping your unique regions. It can be in another sheet also. It doesn't matter. You can enter also. You can, instead of picking the list, you can enter also. Okay, you can do that also. So let me select this source and click OK. I am not picking the region because if I pick region, the source will get added with the region also. That is not my intent. Okay, that's why I am not picking the region. If I click OK, what happens is here the drop down gets added with the 3 values. So the user do not have an option to enter some value like north, some value like Kamar or center, for example. User do not have an option other than picking the value from this. Okay, other than picking the value from this, user do not have any option. What if my list changes? What if my list changes? You can always update the list with the another value. It automatically doesn't get added. Probably you'll have to go to that list again because that list is already there. You can click here again and it can come up. You can say instead of J6, right, you can do J7. Another option, what is mostly preferred, which I was about to cover next, is like instead of this always you can make this as a table. Okay, you can make this as a table, and then what happens is if you add an item anytime, right, anytime, that this one also gets added. So that is the another way of doing that, another way of maintaining the list sanity. Okay, or dynamic list. That way you can add a dynamic list. Okay, so hope you followed. So currently I think my north also got added. If you can see, north also got added. My list I have updated. And let us I apply the binder, this kind of items to this cell. Same way, you can come to data and data validation. Under data validation, instead of any value, you click a list. And where is my source? Source is here from this point, right? So source is this items and click OK, and you can see I can click only I can pick only these items. So if I try to put the disk, right, instead of desk, if I try to put disk, it is saying the value is not matching because I have a data validation rule. So I have to pick a desk only. So I don't have any other option than picking the item. Okay. All right, so this is how the data validation is done in the Excel using the list. Okay, using a list you can cover the, you can come up with your own data validation rules. Okay, now let us see these two topics together. Refresh. Okay, let us do the what if analysis only. Very interesting topic. What if analysis. If you have not used so far, you can make use of that. What if analysis. Okay, I have a data set here. So most of us probably at some point of time either have availed or are going to avail loan. Okay, loan. So what kind of loan we avail generally? Home loan, education loan, vehicle loan, personal loan, those kind of things, right? And always it is always kind of a mystery box for most of us how the EMI is calculated. Even if you ask anyone, they will say, okay, this is what your EMI. If you are taking 35,000 loan, 35 lakh loan for a home loan, for example, with 85%, they tell if your tenor is 15 years, this tenor in months, okay, the tenor or installment in months, okay, that means it is 15 years. This you can see 180 divided by 12. It is 15 years. Okay, 15 years tenor. So the banker will or bank financial person will tell this is what your EMI. So you have to go with them. You have to trust them, even though you don't like to trust. You trust with trust that person, okay, think that that's a EMI, okay, but you'll always have a back of mind whether this guy has any hidden charge, right? That's what, it's a human tendency to not to believe in the financial matters, okay, and that's how human tendency is, right? Let us see, Excel has an option to provide this calculation, okay. Excel fortunately provides that option in terms of formula, and that formula name is formula is under available under financial tab, and the name of the formula is known as PMT, okay. PMT, to which you have to give three parameters. One is rate of interest, other one is the installment, and the third one is your loan amount. Of course, that those are the three parameters which decide your EMI, right? And those are definitely the three parameters. So in this case, only thing is you have to remember one part about rate, okay. I'll come back to that in a few seconds, okay. Only one thing you'll have to remember about rate. Let me pick the rate is 8.5%, and my installment 180 months, okay. Installment, NPER is installment, you can see total number of payments for the loan, and PV is something your loan amount, okay. You just have to remember two things probably. PV is nothing but the loan amount, okay, and the rate, if you can read this, rate is the interest rate per period for the loan. In this case, per period means 12 months is my period, okay. 12 months, each month I pay 12 months. He has given one example to remove the confusion. For example, if you are making quarterly payment at 6%, right, you have to divide 6% by 12, by 4, okay, by 4. So in my case, I am making monthly payment, that means I have to divide this by 12, okay. I have to divide this by 12, then only it works fine, and then only it works fine. If anyone has taken same amount of loan, probably you can validate this. The amount always comes in negative, the bracket stands for negative, okay. If you want to see it as a positive, you can always multiply one of them with the -1. If you don't want to see it as negative amount, right, you can always, what negative indicates is it's going out of your account, okay. It's going out of your account, that's why it is negative amount, okay. So this is how EMI is calculated. So you may say, I trust Excel definitely, but I don't believe Excel, right? Whether it's calculating properly or not, right? So what you can do is you can go to one of the EMI calculation website, and you can check yourself whether Excel is doing properly or not. We definitely don't believe most of the bank guys. That also makes us, sometimes not to believe anyone in the financial. So 35 lakhs and 15%, 15 years, sorry, and 8.5%, okay. I'm taking one of the prominent website and trying to see whether Excel amount and this amount remains same, okay. So what I have to do is you have to calculate, sorry, it's moving so fast. So okay, so I have to say calculate, then the EMI will be calculated. 35 lakh, 15 years and 8.5%, it is 34,466, okay. If you can see the same number 34,466, you can trust the Excel, you can believe Excel also, okay. All right, so the Excel is doing perfectly. I have validated many times for your information. So this is what the EMI the calculation is. Now you have a situation, you're not only going to banks, isn't it? You will go to multiple banks, bank 1, bank 2. I am not taking any bank names here, okay. Bank 1, bank 2, bank 3, bank 4, like this, right? So each bank may charge you differently, right? One bank may say 8.25, other bank may say 8.5, third bank may say 8.75, and fourth bank may say 9% also, right? Another bank may say 8% also. So you still want to validate them. Your validation is, the bank may say some EMI amount. For example, 8.25 guy may say more EMI than the 8.5. That is still possible. That happens in the real time scenario, right? So let us see how we can derive multiple EMI amount, okay. using one of the varying parameter, using one of the varying parameter, as in varying, as in I want to know. In this case, I am not taking this example. I am not taking up this example. I am taking example of my loan amount is varying here. Okay, my loan amount is varying, as in 30 lakh, 31 lakh, 32 lakh, so on and so forth. Okay, for 35 lakhs, I already know what is that. This is the amount. Okay, for all this loan amount, what is my EMI going to be? Sorry, EMI, right? So how I can calculate that? So Excel has a feature, beautiful feature, as I said, right? Something called what if analysis, which is available under data tab, which is available under data tab. So what if my loan is 30 lakh? What is going to be my EMI? That's what if analysis is about. Okay. So what if my loan amount is 40 lakh? What's going to be my current loan amount? What I calculated is for 35 lakhs. What if that loan amount is 45 lakhs? What is going to be my EMI? That's what going to happen with this what if analysis. So what you'll have to do is you have to prepare this. This I have prepared before. In the interest of time, I have prepared. Okay, and you have to give. This is very important. You have to give this here, the EMI amount here, wherever you are deriving EMI, right? This is where I want to come up with the EMI for this. So okay, wherever you are deriving EMI, you have to give above that column. That is one very, very important aspect here. You can't give that EMI here. So this I have just referenced this cell. If you can see, I have just referenced this cell. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I have to pick all these cells, where this data table I am going to prepare. Okay. So I am going to click an option under what if analysis, something called data table, and I am going to give input. In this case, this is in the column, right? This is in the column, or this is in the column, right? So the EMI amount is in the column, and this also in the column, right? The home loan amount. Okay, this amount I am going to give it, the reference amount I am going to give it in the column input. The reference amount is this 35 lakh. I am going to give it in this one. When you will make use of row, when you are having two variables, okay? When you are having two variables, currently I have one variable or one array, you can think of, if you know array. One array I am having, I am not having multi-dimensional. Okay, so I will just click OK. I have to just give one input here, and I will just click OK. Okay, as you can see, it has come up with, automatically it has come up with the varying EMI amount for the varying loan amount. So if I take 30 lakh loan, I have to pay 29,542. If I take 45 lakh, you have to pay 44,000 monthly. Roughly it looks fine, because I also availed home loan sometime back. I'm still paying, of course, right? So roughly it looks fine. You don't have to again validate. So you can validate once, and you can just trust this Excel again. So if you can, if you want to vary this interest amount, you can always vary this 8.25 if you want to calculate, right? So right now it calculates for 8.25. Okay, 9% if you want to calculate, you can calculate for 9%. But there is another option. I don't have, due to limited bandwidth or time, I am not able to show with the two parameters. But I know definitely if you have already followed this, you'll be able to figure out that two-way also. Okay, so this is how the what if analysis works. Okay, you have set of, but this has to be formula driven. This is for EMI. It can work for anything. For example, you may have pricing calculation, right, or commission calculation. In some of you may have to work on commission, right? So those kind of things, if there is a formula available, you can always use this what if analysis. So here it is formula. If you can see, this is formula driven, right? So that's why it's able to derive this. If there is no formula, no what if analysis. Okay. All right, that's one caution, and this is other thing which you'll have to remember. Okay, I think I have covered this topic now. I will not take the question at this moment again. All right, so let us cover this lookup and little bit about the column, which is the second topic, right? I have not talked about column because I thought I will cover along with this lookup topic. Okay, those two are related or interrelated topics, so that's why I thought I will cover along with this and this one. So let me just add a new sheet. Okay, add a new sheet. We all know that Excel has about 10 million rows and all, right? Sorry, 1 million rows or the 10 lakh rows, and Excel has some peculiar number of naming convention for this. They have come up with XFD, right? XFD number of columns, right? So if you want to know, there is always easy way or hard way, right? So the easy way is Excel has introduced a function called column, okay, column, with which you can know the exactly the column number in terms of this one. You can always get to know what is my column. So similarly, if you want to know what is XFD, for example, right, XFD is the thing with 16,384. So Excel has 16,384 columns. Okay, this is the, of course, this is the 2016. 2013 is also same. Okay, 16,000 because XFT is not understandable, right? So Excel has a function called column which will give you the exact number of the column in terms of numerical or number. Okay, so for example, K stands for this one. Everyone knows about Z, definitely, right? We are all expert in that, definitely, right? So it should give us 26 because there are 26 alphabets in English language, right? So this is how the column can be used. What is columns? Columns is nothing but kind of array you can think of. Okay, let us see the VLOOKUP and come back to the column a little bit. Similarly, there is a equivalent of that is row. Equivalent of that function is row. You can always see it's here it's not making much significance because here already you can see 20 and 20, but this can be used most probably in the index match kind of functions. This can be used whenever you're referencing some kind of column or row. You can make use of this. That's what I'm trying to probably showcase somewhere. Let me bring up that sheet. VLOOKUP, right? Let me bring that sheet. Okay, VLOOKUP is here. All right, so this is the name I have used for our the flash fill. Okay, flash fill. Hopefully it's visible. Let me make a bit bigger if required. 13 or 14. Okay, so it should be visible by now. Okay, so let us understand VLOOKUP. Then I will come to that column function again. Okay, columns function again. I am taking it together. Okay, so how does VLOOKUP work? Right, VLOOKUP is something I have it in same sheet again due to interest of time. I prepared the data and kept it in the same sheet. Okay, it need not, it's not necessary that it has to be in the same sheet. Most of the times we refer from another sheet as in another sheet here or another Excel itself. Okay, Excel itself. So here my requirement is I know the first name in this sheet. I have to get other details like I know the last name, sorry. I know the last name. I have to get other details like first name, department, extension, and this from this data set. This is provided by somebody else. Okay, I have to look up this and get this details here. Okay, for this kind of requirement, we use the function lookup. Okay, and if your data is arranged in a vertical manner, as in top to bottom, okay, this is vertical or top to bottom. If your data is arranged top to bottom, you go for vertical lookup or VLOOKUP. If your data is arranged in other way, what is other way? Other way is you can do the transpose. My screen is blocking a little bit due to participants. screen. Okay, so other way is this one, the horizontal way. The horizontal way is also known as left to right. Okay, left to right. This is left to right, and this is top to bottom. So just remember, whenever your data is top to bottom or in the columns, you can think of your header is column, right? Header is the column way, then use vertical lookup. If your header is in the row, right? Header is in the row, as in like this, right? Header goes like this, last name, first name, like this. Then you have to make use of H lookup or horizontal lookup. Okay, just a side information, that's not part of this coverage, but let us see the lookup, right? VLOOKUP part. So my intention is to get the first name from this. So if you are not familiar, what I suggest is you go for this one, formulas, and look for lookup and reference. Look for a lookup and reference and use this function called VLOOKUP. First time if you are using, or if you are not confident, you always make use of this, because this is a kind of GUI driven. Okay, once you are confident, you can always type equal to and do that. Till you are confident, you keep on using this way. Okay, then the function is registered in your mind. So what I was trying to say is, if you are not confident, I have seen many people who tell I know we look up, but when they actually try to make use of lookup, so what is this column index? What I have to give for the last parameter? So they get confused, right? So for that purpose, till you are confident, you make use of this VLOOKUP as the function provided by Excel, or the GUI provided by Excel. Okay, so this is mostly understandable, right? The lookup value, table array, column index, and range lookup. So anytime if you are not able to follow, you click on this cell. There is a small help available at the bottom of the screen. Okay, what is lookup value? What is table array? What is column index? What is range lookup? Like this. Okay, so that is always available. Try to make use of that and try to register in your mind. So once it's registered, I think it will stay forever. Anything you do for 21 days, right? That's why 21 days lockup. So anything you do for 21 days, it will get registered, right? That's what the psychology, right? So lookup value, right? Lookup value, what is the value you are trying to pass on to the other data set? That's what lookup value is, right? In this case, I am trying to pass this value, the name, last name of the person, Mr. Davis, right? I am trying to pass that value. And what is array? Table array, where I am going to pass the value. Okay, which data set I am passing? The second data set, generally the second data set, right? That's understandable, right? So you can always do this, right? You can select this, all the thing, even though you are not interested in other columns, you probably try to make a habit of selecting all. Okay, so that this may you don't have to revisit whenever you need department. You don't have to. One best practice, which is definitely mandated also, what you have to do is you have to fix the reference. What is fixing the reference? It's nothing but absolute reference. How do you fix the reference? In the sense, this data set range is same, isn't it? So how do you fix that range? You fix it using dollar, right? How do you give the dollar? You can press F4, and that's what I did just now. You can press F4 and fix the reference. So those who don't know, you can read about absolute reference. You will get to know what exactly I'm talking about. Okay, I'm thinking most of you have used this. Is called absolute reference, or the reference is fixed. Okay, and what is column index? The column index, what I initially what I used to do is, before this column functions, right? So I used to write like this on top of my data set. I used to write like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like this. So you can also write like this wherever your first column is the data set what you are looking up, right? There it has to be left column. Of course, that is a VLOOKUP limitation. Okay, VLOOKUP works from left to right. So the first column I start writing 1, next column 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I am clear. If I am looking up the first name, right? If I am looking up first name, what I have to give? Column index. Column index I will give 2. Okay. If my intention is to look up this department, then I give column index 3. If my intention is to look up extension 4 and date hired 5, because I don't have to think anything right now, because this is a small data set. You may deal with maybe 50 columns sometimes. I have seen people having 50 columns, 40 columns, 30 columns. Then it becomes too tedious to know which column. We keep on counting 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a tedious task, right? So one option, you can use the column function, whatever I told, right? Column function. There is also one more option. Let us see that also. Okay, so right now what I can do is I can reference this cell. If I have this, I can reference this cell. Okay, so I will reference this cell, and the range lookup. What is range lookup? Range lookup has two parameters. One is called false, other one is true. False means it's an exact match. Okay, false means exact match, but by default it is this is Excel, one of the feature which personally I don't know why they have done, right? By default it's not an exact match. Exact match means I am passing Davis. You better find only Davis in the this second data set, column not column, row 9 to row 18. Okay, row 9 to row 18, find only Davis. Even S is not there, don't find a match. Okay, even one letter is missing, D, A is missing, don't find that. Okay, that's what exact match means. So for the exact match you can do two ways. Either you can give 0, okay, 0, that is a faster option, or you can type false. Okay, or you can type false. Both are same. 0 for false and 1 for true. If you type 1, you can always notice here it comes with the true. Okay, in this case, what data set I have, it will work, both of them will work, true as well as false. But you have to understand what is true means and what does false mean. Okay, you have to be clear about that. Otherwise, you may not get the proper result. So true means approximate match. Even if S is missing in Davis, it may find out. Okay, that's what it means, but it's generally applicable to the number fields, as in numerical fields. Okay, not to the text fields. Now coming back, so I will give 0. That's what exact match. So as soon as you give, you have one option to validate also. What is that one option? For the one cell, right? One cell or one data, what you have passed, Davis. For Davis, it is looking up here, and I have given 2, I have given false. The answer is Rita. So you can validate here itself for one of the things. Okay, one of the things you can always validate and you can get it. If you want to validate for others, you can also do that. Okay, for example, B4 also, I can just change here B4. I got here, right? B4 is Alan, and Alan is somewhere here, and Yolanda is the first name. Okay, currently my objective is to check for Davis. So like this, you can always validate. So that's why I was stressing, you better make use of this function GUI which is available. Then your life becomes easier, or you will master this once. Once you master, you are fine. Okay, this is what hope my voice is audible. Okay,
Yeah.
so if you do this, right, if you follow this, let us see without writing any further whether I can.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, thanks. So without writing, I can drag this formula and get this done. So let us see, I can do that. So what I have to do is, if you have to copy the formula, you can always drag this, right? Let us see whether this works. It's not working, right? It's not working. What has gone wrong? What has gone wrong? Everything I did correctly. Okay, but I think while pulling the name, right, I didn't fix the reference, right? I know what mistake I made before even pressing, right? So what I did, I have not fixed the reference for Davis, right? Davis is common, so I have to come here and press F4 again, right? Let us see whether this works fine now. Okay, I have not dragged. NA means not available, right? Not available, not applicable. So now I am able to do that without this one. So you have to kind of think before dragging whether my formula works fine. Okay, so many people try to if they write one place, they will try to write again here, like that. They try to write in all the places, right? Now, whether this is also correct, my objective, if my objective is to check for Alan, check for Charles, for example. Now, what I have done is, if I have fixed both column as well as row. Okay, I have fixed both column and row. But here, this is column and this is row. I think that is pretty much understandable, right? So what I have done is I have fixed both column as well as row, right? So if I do that, it may not work, okay? Because if I drag here again, it will pick for Davis, right? Again, it's picking for Davis, right? So that is not what I want, right? That's not what I want. So what I want is I want to pick for Alan, right? Alan, right? So how can I do that? Here it is B3, correct? Here it is here it's B4, sorry, and here it's B5. That means B is constant. The B is constant, but the row is changing. That means I have to remove this dollar here. Either you can remove manually by pressing backspace, okay, backspace, but you don't have to take that trouble also. You keep on pressing F4, okay, it will give you 2-3 options, okay, it will give you 2-3 options. Currently I'm pressing F4. This is what I need, but another option is also there, okay. I mean, this is what I need, sorry, and another option is this without the fixing, and this is both, and this is only the row fixing, and this is the column fixing. This is what I need, okay. And if you want to make it generic, one more thing I have to do. Here it is the row is fixed, right? The row is fixed and column is changing. So that is for this C7 guy, okay? C7 guy. The row is fixed, but column is not fixed, right? So what I can do is I can come here and say again F4, again press F4, F4, the row is fixed now, right? The row is fixed, and I will pull this. Okay, the result is same, there is no change, but what I can do is now I can pull this everywhere. I don't have to write again and again for this, okay. I don't have to write. What I have done is I have fixed this table. That's the one thing I did. I fixed the reference for this. That's the second thing. And I fixed the reference of this B column. So 3 things I have taken care, so that I can give any name now. It doesn't matter. So I will be able to pull this for all the cells, right? So here what I have done is I have used a function called columns. Okay, here I have used a function called columns. Here's the same concept. So what the columns does is, so if you do this columns of some cell, let us say n to this one, j to n, right? So sorry, columns, it is not columns of, there is some trouble, let me do that again. Columns, it's always better to press this, okay, columns of some cells. So it gives the number of columns within that range. So J5 to M5, right? J5, J is here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's what columns does. Whereas column will give the number, the case number, whereas columns will give this one. So I have used the same concept here. I have not typed here. If you can notice, I have not typed here. I have used the columns of A7 to A7. So I have fixed this A, so that A7 to A7, there is only one column. When I come here, it is A7 to B7, A7 to C7, A7 to D7, and A7 to E7. So that's why I am able to generate a running number here. Okay. So this, what you can do is, instead of having this here, right? Why I am telling you is, instead of having this here, you can have this in here. Okay, you can have this here, then you are done. Okay, then you are done with your this one. Okay, so that way you can make your this one VLOOKUP kind of dynamic. Okay, VLOOKUP is much more dynamic. All right, so I think I have spent a lot of time there, so I have few more topics. Hopefully I have enough time. Let me try to finish all of them. Okay, so let me take people, not people, sorry, pivot and table together. Okay, pivot and this one together. Hopefully I have the data set within this. If not, I will take up one custom sort. Give me a second. Okay, let me do. Okay, here I have one of the sheet I may have data. Okay, good. This is good enough for me. Okay, so currently if you see there is one option in Excel. Okay, there is one option in Excel. You can range, if you have known about range, right? So you can reference a set of cell like this, right? Set of cell by a range name. Okay, so I will say item set, something like this. Okay, item set. So what happens is if you are here, right here also, if you want to know, so this range of cell gets selected. Okay, range of cells gets selected. Similarly, whenever you create a table, right, it gives a name to that table. A table is this one. If you don't know, file, home, then the insert tab is there. You can insert a table. Those who are technical will be able to relate easily table, but this is Excel table. So as soon as I do this, what happens is a table gets added to the Excel. Okay, so table. So let us say I am in another sheet. Okay, I am not even there in the sheet 3. Okay, I am in this sheet 3 and I am somewhere in this one. So I want to go back to the table. What you'll have to do is you click this table 2. Okay, it automatically takes me to that table. So that's why I probably said this is one of the importance of creating a table. Okay, one of the uses of creating table. What is the other use? So let us do one thing. Let's see if I can format this. If already there, it's not. All right, so let me clear, also see the clear format, and let me add this as a format, as a table, just to give some color to this. Okay, and what happens is if you have used this clear format, you would have faced this issue. If you clear format, the date goes for a toss. Okay, date goes for a toss. You have to come back and apply the date, short date again. Okay, then it comes back. Okay, then it comes back. That's one thing you'll have to take care. So now it's in the table format, beautiful table format, right? So what happens is, if I add another column, for example, okay, say, let us say net profit. If I add, the automatically format and everything gets added. This thing also gets added to the table. Let me show that in a minute. Also, let me add a row to this. Okay, let me add a row. Let me just enter a row, right? 411 and 2020, right? Just I am adding this, so automatically the row gets added. Okay, so east I can add, and I will add again. Probably I'll just drag this. Okay, drag this, so this gets added to. Now you can see the format got added, right? So this gets added. Also, if you go back to the table, right? See, the net profit got selected. So as one second, so as the last 2 records I added, right? So this, many people miss this logic or magic. Okay, So always have that as a table so that you don't have to worry about changing your range, changing your reference cell. Okay, a reference you need not do that. Okay, so always have it as a table. So the same concept you can apply to the pivot table also. Pivot table also. So the what is pivot table? Pivot table is nothing but the summarized data, right? Summarized data. We instead of having, for example, I think this is having about 48 rows. So if I summarize, probably it is no longer 48 rows, right? If I summarize the sales by region, it's just 3 rows, right? So that's the use of pivot table. You get to see the data in the summarized way. Okay. So I want to create a pivot table as well as pivot chart in one click of button. That's what I kind of said, I think. So what I have to do is I have to come here, insert, and say here, right, pivot chart and pivot table. Okay, you don't have to do anything. You click here, right, and let me just say existing worksheet and the location probably somewhere here, right, and click OK. Okay, so both the pivot table and charts are created at one shot. Okay, at one shot. So my objective is to know the sales by this one, right, by region. You got it now. By rep, if you want, you got it. Okay, so you just probably click 3 times or 4 times and your whole thing is ready. If at all you want this chart to be different, you can go to design and you can always change the chart type. Whatever chart type you are looking for, you can select that chart type, and you can also change the color. Whatever color you want, you can make changes in the color, and you are good. Okay, so I probably spend just 2-3 minutes, to not even 2-3 minutes, maybe 1 or 2 minutes to come up with this beautiful chart, because Excel has already provided that feature. Okay, so easy is to use the pivot table. Many people think it's very difficult task to get to the pivot table and do the this one formatting, this thing, that thing. It's just a kids game. Okay, it's just a kids game. Don't you don't have to know anything. You just have to know the option. Where is the pivot table creation option? Where is your data set? Please make sure you create it as a table. The reason is when you refresh, right? When you refresh, that column also comes into the pivot table field. That's why you have to always make it as a table. Okay, for example, net profit, if I add, definitely automatically it won't get added to the pivot table. That's how the pivot table works, right? Automatically it won't get added, but at least when I refresh, it should get added, right? At least when I refresh, that field should get added, right? So the way is, you can say refresh, then the field gets added automatically because I have it as a table. That's why that field got added. Okay, otherwise it won't get added. You have to come here, change data source and all those circus here. Okay, all right. So this is what that pivot table and the table. Why do you need the table and the pivot table? This is what the topic I wanted to cover in that. Hopefully I have some time. Okay, so I have to cover these 3 topics. People chart, it's a simple concept again, very simple, but very like very often used. Especially I read Times. I'm a Times subscriber. I am not saying I'm a Times fan, but Times of India subscriber. So I see pretty much every day or every alternate day they have this. They have used this chart. I think Excel is being used by Times, especially Excel charts and Excel tables, right? They are using it a lot. I can see that. I don't think they are using anything else. They are just using Excel for all their charts. Okay, and that's how it looks like. At least this particular chart, definitely they are using Excel. So there is one option. This is again available within 2013 onwards. Okay, there is one concept called people graph. Okay, people graph, which you can see here. Let us see what it's doing. Okay, let's see what it's doing. So I will click the people graph and I have one data set here. I have one data set here. Okay, what is this data set about? This data set represents something like the Facebook, Twitter, Instagram campaign, okay, marketing campaign or social media campaign, and number of leads generated out of that campaign. Okay, number of leads generated. So this may not be customer yet, the converted it, but just the leads generated who have responded. Like you have responded to this training, right? Like that, right? So responded candidates, right? So this I can represent beautifully using a people chart. So what I have to do is I have to go for the settings here. First, let me go to the setting. Okay. So I have a lot of options. Now you can recollect. If you're a Times reader, you will definitely would have noticed this, right? So I have to select one of the themes here. Okay, one of the themes here, or the sorry, this is called types here. Okay, one of the types like this. Okay, so this is what the people, correct? That's why they call it as people graph, but it's not only limited to people. Okay, they have some other shapes also available like this. Okay, like this you can select that and select this. Okay, so some other shapes like the standing, this one, the star, heart, money, time, laptop, diamond, apparel, I think some animal, seafood, all those things, correct? So like this, you can represent your data. This is representation of data. So I will go for people. That's what we are looking for mostly, right? People. And let me see again, the blue makes sense, or other colors are also there, of course. Okay. So I'm not going there right now. So like this, you can select. I think this also looks beautiful. Let me go for this. Okay, and you can select where is your data. That's all you have to select your data. So my data is here somewhere, right? My data is here. So I select this part and I say create. I say create. Okay. Now you can see my this one is done. My chart is done. This is people graph actually. Okay, it is also giving certain option. This is not like other charts. Okay, this is a one specialized chart. You can start noticing times. If you're time subscriber, you will definitely see in another next 2-3 days one of the chart represented in this way. Okay, so this is very powerful visualization. This can be used outside people representation also. It's not only people graph. The name says people graph because extensive used in people. Okay, people representation. You can use it anywhere else. It looks beautiful. You don't have to do any work outside this. Whatever Excel has given, within that you can always do. We can represent this one. If you want to change, for example, female generally go for pink color or something, right? You can do this also. Some other themes are there here. Okay, those themes also you can select. I think this much beautification is good enough to present. I don't think any more customization is required at all. Okay, all right. So this is what all about that people graphs. If you are using 2010 and all, you will not see this option at all. All right. So I may need another 5 minutes also. Then I think we'll take up the questions, whatever is possible. So how to get the web data? I think those who are doing already, they know that. Okay, so how to get web data is using the option called here from the data, and you can connect to website, any website of your choice. For example, currently it's all corona, right? So there could be a lot of sites. A lot of sites who are representing the corona, like what is happening, right? I think this is one of the website. The reason is I was also keeping track sometimes. So if you just say go to that site, it will go to that site. Okay, it will take, I think this is what the site. I am not interested in the data currently. I'm just interested in what is no how I can bring it to Excel, right? That's what I'm interested in. So there is some scripting error. Let us see whether it comes. Yeah, it has come. So that scripting error is not Excel. That's from the website. Okay, unfortunately I selected the same sheet. Okay, let me do one thing. Let me try to bring it somewhere else. Okay, it's good. So I am in this sheet or new sheet I can give. So what it's doing, it's connecting to that portal, a web portal, you call web portal, right? And it's running a background query, which is also known as web query. Okay, which is also known as web query, and it's trying to get the data from that website. Okay, and it is not static, it is pretty dynamic, as in you can always refresh from the website every whatever is your frequency, you can specify the frequency, you can get this data in website. If you have heard about scraping, right? For scraping people use this. Of course VBA is has to be used. You cannot use just Excel for scraping. You have to use VBA along with Excel, of course. Or this is what it is. Of course, the format will not remain the same. This is Excel. Excel has its own format. So this is how they have represented country-wise the cases, right? Country-wise the cases, or the sorry, this is the region-wise or the continent-wise, and this is the country-wise data they have represented in that website. And you can see this is as of now, just now. And if you want to refresh this, right, you have the connections here. You can refresh the, you can frequency, you can set up. Okay, all right. So that's what I don't have time to go further on that. Let me do the condition format a bit, and let me finish the topic. Or Chandan, is it fine? Or shall we skip that conditional formatting and take the questions? Hello?
I think we'll continue and then take the questions.
Is it fine with you, all of you?
Fine, sir.
Okay.
Fine.
All right, thank you. It hardly takes 2-3 minutes again, so I'm not going to do much here. So I think all of you know the conditional formatting. Most of you, I am assuming, are using also. So condition formatting is something where you can format your data, right? Format your data by using some set of values or set of rules, right? Set of rules or set of values, right? So in this case, if I want to highlight the rows which are greater than 100, let's say greater than 100, already it is selected, but I have not specified. So greater than 100, this is what these are the rows where my values are greater than 100. Okay, so I have an option here, fill with yellow or fill with the green. All these options I have. Okay, all these options I have. This is called condition formatting. If you go inside, just give me a second. Switching some water, continuous talking. So I can also give, I can clear the rules anytime here, right? Clear from the selected cells or this. So I can also give something like top percentage, bottom percentage, and all those things. Okay, for example, top 10 items. So it need not be top 10, it can be top 3 also. So top 3 remains same. So top 5 if I give, so these are the top 5 items. Okay, so like this you can always format. Instead of format, this is condition. You are providing a condition and trying to give a this one, right? The highlight the records, right? That's what condition. So I can clear the rules anytime going here, right? Now there is an option here. You can come up with your own rule also. Your own rule also. That is like manage rule. You can come up with your own new rule. And the last option available here is you can apply this one. Apply the condition formatting here. Okay. So I want to format this. if this value, right, if the value is greater than this, something like this, okay. So if C is greater than B, then only I want to format this, right. C value is greater than this value, right. Then I want to apply some formatting. That's what the formula is about, okay. That's what formula. So you can apply any of the formula if you know certain formulas in Excel, right. You can apply those formulas. I'm just trying to give a small, very small or minute example to demonstrate this, okay. So you can always do this and you can say okay. So whenever this C4 value is greater than that, then it will apply, then this thing will be applied. I think in this case none of the values are greater, so let me see if I can make 8.25, and you can see that has applied. Now I have not applied to all the rows, okay, so that's why it's going wrong. So I have to tweak that formula, okay. So but the intention is to show that you can apply a formula like this, and you can do the conditional formatting. For example, you can apply something like if condition also within that, okay. If condition also you can apply in that rule. The formula is there, right. So using some if condition, you can format. The formatting is done here again, same way. So you can fill, you can give border, all those things are taken care. So in the interest of time, I will close at this point, otherwise it will take some more time to explain, right. In the interest of time, I'll close at this point and let us see what are the some of the top questions only probably we'll address. If still required, probably we can connect offline and see what can be done on the remaining questions, okay. Let's stop sharing. Okay, let it be there, I guess, okay. All right, Chandan, you have least by chance?
The regular question we have already answered. So as we have Dinesh also on the line, so now we can take the new questions. What are the new queries people have?
Okay. In the sense, whatever is in the chart is already answered. That's what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay.
Himanshu, you can unmute and ask your questions now. And others also, one by one, please.
So default is not exact match, Himanshu. Default is approximate match. Himanshu, that I think that's a straightforward question. If you are listening.
Yeah, hi Chandan, am I audible?
Yeah.
Yeah, Chandan, in case we create a pivot table, in that case, when you did sorting, similar thing happens inside a pivot table as well. So, for example, when you sort out months in a pivot table, it comes like April comes first, then another month which starts with A comes first. After that, can you create a list so that the pivot table, even inside the pivot table, the months can be automatically arranged?
Months can be automatically arranged. I have not tried this frankly, but
Yeah.
I think there is an option.
Yeah. So what I do normally is I do like I have to do it manually. I have to put one dot April,
Understood.
and then it sorts out in the numeric way. Yeah. Is there any way at all? Because I've tried loads of ways, but it's not. I wasn't able to do it myself.
Okay. I understood your question. I have not tried, as I said. I have not tried. I think one of the option, I think calculated field, calculated item is there. But I think you can. Have you tried grouping already?
Yeah, I've tried grouping. Grouping wouldn't work because it wouldn't work.
I think the grouping should help you to do that, because I have seen that option that you can come up with your own customized group. I have not used, again, as I said, I have not.
So inside the pivot table, when you create a pivot table and you put months in there, so automatically it arranges the months in basically alphabetical order. It doesn't read it as months.
No, I understood it. I understood completely. I understood your question completely. Dinesh, you are there. By chance, you have any this one suggestion?
Yeah, hi. You're asking about the months getting sorted together, is it?
What
exactly,
is
exactly inside a pivot table.
Dinesh, I have showed you. I don't know whether you were there at that time. So what I have shown for the list, right? I've shown something like this. 1 second.
Yeah, I think you got my question.
Can you just create a pivot table with date and one numerical column? We'll just see.
No, what he's asking is he wants to sort by this in the pivot table,
Yes,
not alphabetically. Not
Yes,
alphabetically.
yes.
Like this, he wants to sort. Okay.
Inside a pivot table.
What I'm suggesting is probably he can create a group, custom group like this. Then it should be possible. I have not tried that. I was just asking whether you have done it.
I'll try it myself as well. I haven't tried that.
Yeah, custom group is one of the option. I think you can explore that.
But I'll try to see that.
Okay.
Probably what I'm trying to suggest, see if you just try to create a pivot with date as one column and sales as another column, okay, and try to group it with months, right? So you would get a list of months there, and then you will get an option for sort there itself, correct? So you can sort it however you want, whether you are ascending order or descending. In the pivot table only you will get a option to sort once the grouping is done, right?
I'll check it. I am not sure. I'll have to try it once and then probably get back to you. Yes.
Okay. Himanshu, I think if you are there, I think.
Yep.
Himanshu only. This is Himanshu, right?
Yeah, this is Himanshu.
Okay. So approximate match I have answered. Any other question?
No, not as such. No.
Okay. All right.
I'll see if I've noted certain points.
It's a great question, Himanshu.
Yeah.
I think I can also try that. Good question. Thanks for that.
Thank you.
Who else wants to go?
Hi. It was a nice session. Very nice and precisely and concisely covered. Definitely. I'll be looking forward to join a few of your more of your sessions. I would really love to do that. I'm so sorry I didn't get your name.
This is Ramakrishna here, Mr. 𝐕𝐢𝐬𝐬, isn't it?
Yes, I'm Somerset.
Okay. Thanks for the feedback, frank opinion and feedback. Nice.
Yeah, Ramakrishna, it was a pleasure talking to you. Thank you.
Thanks
so much.
Thanks for having you here.
Hello all. Hi, Ashwini here. So yeah, I would any more questions you want to ask, you can ask.
Okay, I thought you were asking a question.
No, I'm not asking any questions. Any participants who would like to ask a few questions, you can ask.
Yeah, I have another question. Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure. Please go ahead.
In the VLOOKUP option, can we where you use column arrays, can we use match in place of the arrays that you created inside? It should work.
Yeah, it definitely, match is that's what the advantage of match. Actually, in fact, match and index you should use it separately instead of VLOOKUP. The disadvantage of VLOOKUP is you have to know
the column has to be in the first place.
Yeah, left to right, and you should have this first column, and all those limitations are there, right? So if you use index and match together, this column can be anywhere. This last name can be anywhere in this, and you can use index and match together. Of course, you can use the match within this one, VLOOKUP, definitely, if you are just using VLOOKUP. But the advanced thing is index and match. Okay?
Index and match,
Together is more powerful, much more powerful.
That's true. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Hope that answers.
Yeah, that answers you. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Any more questions? You can please put it across now. Any one of you, or any more questions coming up?
Himanshu, are you there?
Hello,
Himanshu, are you there?
Yeah, I'm there.
I've just tried that actually. You can do the sorting on top of dates. See, just take a date column into the rows
Okay.
And sales column, let's say numerical column into the values. Okay.
Yeah.
Once that is done, you click on that. You get a option to sort and all that, right? So more sort options will come. Click on that more sort options.
Okay.
Okay. You'll get an option to ascending or descending. There you will get an option. If you want me to share my screen, I can do that also.
Shall I stop sharing?
Yeah, you can share your screen. That will be very helpful.
Thanks.
Yeah,
because that helps in while creating dashboards. Dynamic dashboards.
Okay, just a second. Sure. Thank you, sir. I have dates here. I've just created my pivot using you.
Sure.
You're all able.
Yeah, I'm able to see. Yeah.
I just created a pivot on top of this table.
Okay. That's fine. That's absolutely
I have date column. I have the sales column here.
Sure.
Right. Yeah. So I've just created a pivot table like this. Dates on one column. I'll just do it once again. I'll just ungroup this. This is how it comes. Okay. So I would write group.
Yeah.
Grouped on month. It's already selected. Right.
Okay.
So I'm on months. I click OK. Now it is in actually.
Sorry, your voice is breaking up. So after this, what? Okay.
After this, go to more sort options.
Okay.
Right? You have this this thing, right? So more sort options. You have see here ascending A to Z or descending to A.
Okay.
Next. Generally, you get an option to either. This is what you are looking for.
Yeah, my next question would be if there are more than 1 year's data, in that case, what happens?
More than 1 year's data.
Yeah, normally there's more than 1 year's data. In that case, it doesn't happen. Yeah, correct. This happens. This happens, but in more than 1 year's data, it happens.
It should still work. Let me change one of the
then what happens if you group it? Then January combines with January, and it gives you a cumulative.
Let's see. Okay, so 2 different years.
Yeah, 2 different years. Okay. No, it'll be fine now. Yeah, it'll be fine now.
I think it's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. December. Yeah, it's in descending. That's why it's coming this.
I think both look fine, isn't it?
January. Yeah, it's fine. It's sorted. You can take the next question. It's fine. I've got the point. Thank you so much for your help, anyways.
Yeah, it is fine. Thanks, Dinesh.
Yeah. Thanks.
So any more questions? Okay, so I think no one has any more questions to ask Ramakrishna or Dinesh. Hello?
Yeah, what is that, Ashwini? Sorry.
I think no one else is going to ask questions. So thank you for everyone for your participation, and we shall be sharing the recordings to all your email IDs. So you can have a look at it, and if you have queries, you can revert to the mail, or we'll also share the contact details, so you can just give us a call back. Yeah. So,
all right. Yeah. Thanks everyone for joining.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for your help and
have a great
the session. It was great.
Yeah.
Yep.
Have a great weekend, all of you. Yeah.
You too.
Thank
Have
you.
a great weekend. Cheers.
Yeah.
Bye.
Thank you. Cheers. Thank you, Ramakrishna. Thank you, Dinesh. Thank you, everyone. Yeah. Thank you.